So an important aspect of looking for a personal injury firm is the success rate of that firm, the measurement of success. Because obviously you don't want to hire a firm that's not known or doesn't get good results. It gets bad results. Thankfully, as we advertise, we have a 98% success rate. What's that mean? It means that 98% of the time, we are doing better for the client than they were doing or could have done on their own, right? So we win the case, not just win the case or get a big settlement, but it actually puts more money in our client's pocket than they would have had on their own. And it's a little difficult to figure that metric out. We never say we're 100% successful. I think any lawyer that has said they never lost a case is either lying or they haven't tried enough cases. I personally lost my first case in 15 years last fall. And it was a case that, it was a great case going in, but the only witness to the event, our star witness that could tell us what happened, they died unexpectedly. So we didn't have the one witness we needed for the liability, and that's why we lost the case. So sometimes things are out of your control. But I'm not going to sit over here and say we've never lost cases. We have, it's very few and far between, but we have. And any good firm should, because, only for trying enough cases would you not only find the success you need to find, but also the losses. But the point of this is that we are wildly successful. 98% success rate is incredibly high. And our clients are incredibly happy, lo and behold, at the end of their cases, particularly after they've seen just how much work is involved in getting the case through the process all the way to settlement or other resolution through trial. So, a lot of steps, a lot of heavy lifting, a lot of working with experts, working with doctors, making sure the case is right and ripe for settlement, understanding the value. Those are all things that go into successful firms. I think another important metric that we use too is that we make sure that we don't overburden ourselves with cases. I kid you not, we get hundreds of phone calls every month. Okay, we could sign every one of those up and we could each have 300, 400, 500 files. Maybe financially that might work out. I don't think so personally, because I think there's too much of a mental toll or mental cost in that, and you're sacrificing the relationships with your clients for the sake of money. So we keep our caseload low so we can focus on our cases, foster those good relationships with our clients, gather all the evidence we need to gather to be as successful as possible, and obtain that success. So is it important for a law firm to be successful? Absolutely. Not only for you as a client in the short term, but also for you as a client in the long term. Meaning that it's not just the attorney's success, but it's also the reputation that they have with outside counsel, with the insurance industry. That would then help foster a quicker resolution and a higher resolution. In other words, more money for you as opposed to less, because they know that firm is not going to hit them. We will hit them.